And he gave, you see, these people, when you're dealing with them, you need to let them know that you fear nothing. Either than that, you won't survive it. When they see a modicum of weakness on your part, they will finish you. And that is what they have seen in his part, and that is why they are all going after him. It is very sad. I feel pained. I get a sense that he may be really willing to put up a fight. And if we see that he's willing to put up a fight, we will join him.
But Sammy, you're a lawyer. You've gone through the six grounds upon which Martin Amidu is asking for his impeachment. You've gone through it. Some have said that, some are just...
I have not seen the full petition of Martin Amidu. A man I respect, okay? He himself has also been a victim of President Akufo-Addo, who he described as the mother serpent of corruption.
And he resigned.
When he sought to interfere in his corruption risk assessment into the Japa scandal. So he himself is a witness. As to why he has decided to bring this petition against his successor, only he knows. And I can only comment on the veracity of the grounds of his petition if I have the benefit of the petition. I have not seen the petition. I've only seen excerpts. I don't know what facts or evidence
that he may attach.
And more importantly, I've not heard the side of the special prosecutor. So it is something that we need to have a holistic view of when we are armed with all the necessary, information.
All right.
But what I can say for sure is that President Akufo, this is only feeding, Martin Amidu's petition is only feeding into a grand conspiracy by the president to remove Kissi Aygebeng. You should be, I don't want to use certain words, but you should be very naive not to see that. The president has an agenda to get out of office anybody who dares to fight corruption under him. He did it against the former Auditor General Yahweh Dubelevo when one day they locked up his offices on the grounds that he had attained retirement age, only for the Supreme Court to say that that was wrong. That was unconstitutional. Okay? And he did that even in the case of investigative journalists who were engaged in anti-corruption investigations. He did it to Anas. He did it to Ahmed Swale. Today, he's no longer part of the living. He was murdered in cold blood because a certain member of parliament belonging to the ruling party rose up in defense of the president and alleged that Ahmed Swale and his counterpart Anas had set out to embarrass the president and to expose him in corrupt acts. And therefore, he was taking up the fight, okay, for and on behalf of the president to destroy Anas and Ahmed Swale. In the process, he threatened them with harm and even death on networks in the same building. And we saw the results.
But again,
the reason for that impunity,
the motive,
the
reason for that has not been established. The AG says there's no evidence. The reason why the AG says there's no evidence.
You don't need motive in Ghana.
The AG says there's no evidence. That's the reason why for all these years they've not been able to prosecute or bring finality to this matter.
Which AG are you talking about?
The president at the media forum last week, Godfrey Yeboah-Dame, before Parliament. And the president unless there is contrary evidence and you can submit to help.
It's not about contrary evidence. The video clip is there. What other evidence do you need? The video in Ghana here, threat of harm is a crime. It's a second-degree felony. Threat of harm. I'm not talking about the murder. The murder, you can say that there is no specific evidence that we have seen of probative value which connects the person who made the threat to the incident.
And that's the reason
I'm not talking about that. I'm saying that the threat of harm alone constitutes a punishable offense under our laws. You need evidence to establish threat of harm.
But in this case, we are talking about murder.
No, you're not getting me.
No, I'm saying that in this
case, murder is one.
Exactly.
The murder is one offense. The threat of harm and threat of death are separate offenses.
I get it.
So if you don't have conclusive evidence on the murder aspect of this matter, what about the threat of harm? What about the threat of death, which all constitutes criminal offenses?
Let's move to...